Hi, my name's Alison Balsom. I'm a trumpeter and I'm going to tell you about my top 5 today. As I was thinking about it, as usual, sort of lying back in my hotel room, I thought, why don't I just say top 5 cities? Because I really travel all over the world all the time, so I thought cities would be a great one. Then I thought perhaps I should be a little bit more specific, and so I thought top 5 hotels. I've literally stayed in thousands of hotels, I think, in my life so far, and you know, so you start really noticing all the little things. And I've been very lucky to stay in some nice hotels and some quirky hotels, obviously some not so nice hotels. But the ones that I've chosen are the ones that you know, are memorable to me, from 5 different cities in the world. So number 5, I would say, is the Fairmont Hotel in Beijing. The reason I'm choosing this is because I just spent New Year in this hotel, and it was a really large hotel, and the service was amazing. And I just remember having champagne at midnight on New Year and thinking, wow, this place, I'm going to really remember this hotel. It's a really new hotel, and I think I'm always going to remember New Year in Beijing. It's a great place to celebrate it. My number 4 hotel, I would say, is in Munich in Germany. This is a really small hotel called the Palace Hotel. It's not a palace, it's just a really small place. But the reason I chose it is because it's really close to a lot of the great concert halls and theatres of Munich, which is an incredible city. It's just so opulent and so rich with culture and with you know, beautiful buildings. Everyone who goes out, you know, they're always dressed in their finest clothes, and it always feels like a real special occasion when I'm there. And in this hotel, for some reason, it's where all the classical musicians of the world seem to stay. Last time I was there, I saw Alfred Brendel, Anne-Sophie Mutter, Daniel Hope, Janine Jansen, so many people all there on one day. So there's obviously something really special for us classical musicians in this hotel. The next hotel I'm going to say, number 3 on my list, would be, I think, Rio de Janeiro, the Copacabana Palace Hotel. For obvious reasons, it's on the Copacabana beach, so you can imagine the view. And it was my very first experience of going to Brazil, which I think I would say, I'm a Londoner, so I live in London, England, but I think that Brazil is probably one of my favourite countries to travel to. It's so exotic and foreign, you know, for a jaded traveller, it's really somewhere foreign and new. The food's fantastic and different. So many foods I don't even recognise the name of, or the taste of. And that hotel it's a really old colonial building. It's huge, and it's, as I say, right next to the beach. And it feels like you've stepped back in time, you know, back to the sort of the 1920s or something. And people really, you know, they really dress for dinner, and they really, you know, there's a kind of accustomed to all the meals and the sort of special occasion, the dressing up and that kind of thing. So it makes me feel like a superstar when I go there. I really enjoy it. My number 2 hotel, I think, would have to be the Hotel Metropole in Monte Carlo in Monaco. I was lucky enough to go there once, and it really is spectacular. And I heard when I walked in that it's where all the opera stars of the world stay if they're in the area. One of the other reasons that I thought it was magical is because this area of France, the south coast, they're called the Côte d'Azur. There's something really special about the light there. Even in the winter, it's so iridescent, just kind of glows. The whole place glows, and it's just sort of lifts your spirits. There's nothing, you know, you can't deny that as soon as you go there you feel, oh, it's not the winter anymore. It's great. This hotel is super opulent, and I remember looking at the bar snack menu, and I know it's impolite to talk about money, but there was a Caesar salad for €64, so I had to have it because I thought, how can it possibly be the case? And it really was the best thing I've ever eaten. So I'd highly recommend it if anyone's ever in Monte Carlo. Just go for that Caesar salad, save up. And finally, I think I would have to choose my number 1 hotel and number 1 city, if I'm not in London, I think would be the Plaza Hotel in New York. It's such a magnificent building, such a special space, you know, with so much history, so many amazing things have happened there. And the reason I chose it is because last year I spent some months living in New York with my family, and the very first day I was invited to a gala dinner by Valery Gergiev, and there were many musicians and fascinating people there, and so this was my very first, and it was a black tie event, and it was my first night in New York, and I knew I was staying for a few months, and just walking in, it was like being in a movie or something. You know, there was just loads of interesting people to talk to, where everyone was dressed up, and it felt like, wow, if this is what New York's like every day, I'm really going to stay forever. But it was a very worthwhile fundraising event that Gergiev was hosting, and a very, very special evening, and it was the perfect setting for it. So I'm really looking forward to my next time visiting the Plaza. My name is Alison Balsom, and this is my top 5 hotels around the world. As a travelling musician, that's what I seem to be most familiar with.